Hello Emma. Hello Brigitte.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, right. We are really happy to have you here with us. The fact that we managed to bring such an amazing and diverse group is really amazing, and I think it will bring a lot of knowledge and really nice information to the table and to this room. First of all, before we start, even if we are we are a little bit late, I just want to invite everyone in this room to give an applause for every woman in this room, even if they are not on the stage, because. Unfortunately, there is not so much room here, and I'm sure that there should be many other here. So, Brigitta, please, I will hand you the virtual microphone, and you can start.
Okay. So thank you very much for this introduction. Just let me share my screen first. Okay, what can you see right now?
Great. Now it's perfect.
All right. So sorry, I've tried it before, but like always. And that's one of the most important topics I like to go through in this very short keynote I have. I'm very happy for this invitation. I'm very honored to have this small input about my work, what I do, my vision and my beliefs. So just after the Building Smart session in Marrakesh, which me and some friends of mine from the Women of Building Smart has initiated about leadership, respect and inclusion, our colleague from the Romanian chapter, Stefan Constantinescu, I hope I spell it right, so otherwise please forgive me, has approached me and asked me whether I can just maybe ignite some ideas today. So for those who don't know me, I'm an architect. I have a master's degree of the Federal Institute of Technology at Zurich, Switzerland. I am partner of an architectural company called Schock and Guyan Architects for 20 years. It's quite a long time. I became a chair of Building Smart Switzerland 8 years ago, joined the board of the Swiss Societies of the Engineers and Architects 5 years ago and become a president of the Strategic Advisory Board for Digital Transformation within this society. And 4 years ago, I took over responsibility to create a certification program at the Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich. And 3 years ago, this is the button right here, you can see the gold one, I became a fellow of Building Smart, which was really an honor. So what can you learn from this short introduction? Well, I have a lot of hats on my head, a lot of work, a lot of unpaid engagement, to be honest, but also a lot of networks. And I strongly believe in network. That's the thing I really like in every moment of my work. I like to work together with like-minded and open-minded people. They're coming together for a greater value, not just for personal, benefits. For me, as an architect, this is always very important, not only to be passionate about design a building, but also about creating sustainable solutions and products for our clients. My biggest challenge in this job is not technology, to be honest. It's to understand that true value comes only if we see the full system from a human-centered perspective and support each other. For me, the biggest potential lies in sharing knowledge and embracing diversity. That's key. No one can win any game alone. That's my belief. So being a fellow of Building Smart, I focused on benefits of transformation from a more human-centered perspective rather than seeing only threats and technology issues. So if you ask me what makes me go out of my bed every morning, I'm a curious person, always looking for, spots outside of my box, spots outside of the industry. And the knowledge I have and I love comes piece by pieces when I'm working together. So to think beyond boundaries, act with wisdom, and never give up until every angle has been explored, and all perspective has been considered. That's what makes me going out of bed every day. So, when I've been asked to do this short introduction, I was thinking about doing a complete different presentation. So this is very short time things I put together. And I'd like to address one thing, which is really, really important for me. This is the question, what if? So if we start to believe the boundaries of the past patterns, we can leave them behind and see the future not just as hairy, tiger, but rather a promising future, because we can shape it. The past we can't shape anymore, but the future we can shape. So I keep it with a good friend's quote of mine, Ludwig Hasler. Ludwig Hasler is a very amazing man. He studied philosophy and physics. Weird, I know. German literature and classic philosophy. So he wrote a book about a picture of the future. He says, it's time for a positive picture of the future. It's time to explore, embrace technology, but also think about the changes we have to face, the structural, the organizational, and the business changes. So what if we talk less about what doesn't work in our day-to-day job and blame technology for not working? The truth is most likely not in technology. My experience over these years, or over the years of my career, well, rarely technology was really hindering me. It was the environment, the working environment. It was maybe an organizational structure. It was maybe issues which come along with the team structure. So it was definitely other things than just technology. And always the business model. So I'm very honest with you. I'm an architect. I still invoice hours. This becomes crucial from day to day. It has been crucial before because, you know, if you do rework, you maybe can't invoice all your rework you have to do. So this is a struggle, we know. But now new challenges are coming, like through technology. If technology takes over the hard work, but the intellectual work maybe is even bigger we have to do. So what do we really invoice if we stick with a hour changing model? So this brought me to this session about thinking more systemic, respectful, and in an inclusive way, and about leadership. So this was the question we addressed in the session in Marrakesh. And I'd say definitely we, because it's not just me. It's Jeannie McLeamy, the wife of Patrick McLeamy. It's Birgitta Foster. It's Susan Kinley-Side. It's Anna Ritsky. It's Fatima Benaouzis. And yeah, it's also me. We invited for a session about leadership and the next level of interoperability. Our initiative symbolizes the importance of diversity and inclusion in the leadership and in the transformation of the industry alongside with technology improvements. This initiative is an example of how women in the network are acting as a catalyst, as ambassadors for this change. We can maybe address things differently because we do have other skills, we do have other perspectives. So it's really important to take all this into consideration. Why we started within Building Smart International? Because Building Smart has some issues, like all our working environments. For example, Building Smart has grown very fast. You guys from Building Smart in your chapters, you know that. When I joined Building Smart, we have been 6 chapters. Today, we are 36 or 37, and it's just a couple of years in between. I started to join Building Smart back in 2015. So it's not so long, it's 10 years. Massive success, which is great, but each country has its own standards normally, own regulation, but also cultural characteristics, which makes the development of uniform standard particularly challenging. For example, there are very different approaches to how to handle data, how to share data. Some countries prioritize open data access, while others prioritize a private and protected way. To find the best solution with this suitable and making it suitable for the majority, it's quite a challenge. So the importance of human competencies and leadership skills is becoming more and more relevant. Technical skills alone are not enough to lead this change. Today's leaders need soft skills. We all know that. That's nothing new. But the quality lies in empathy, intercultural understanding, conflict management, and mindset. Women often bring these perspectives in a way of work that is different, as already said. Qualities that are essential to be respectful and inclusive is really important for the next level of interoperability. These skills are essential to foster collaboration across the professional and cultural boundaries. So once again, what if? Building Smart, the small group has started a journey. A couple of years ago, we reactivated it in Marrakesh. But one thing, it's really important. It's not just this small group. And it's not just about our issues. It's about much more. And I really like the idea of the world is changing. The only thing which is constant within this change is the change itself. So the question is, what is the new normal? What is the normal in future and how will this future look like? So I would really like to address this question to all joining this session today in the morning or whatever time it is in your local area. So how can we ensure that interoperability and other challenges are not only regarded as technical issues and therefore as technical solution, but also as human connections? And what skills are needed? And how might we ignite, inspire you, our friends, today? So thank you very much. This was the short introduction. Some thoughts from my side. I hope those thoughts are triggering something in your mind. And I'm very curious about the next steps.
Thank you so much, Brigitta, for your intervention and for this inspirational insight of your perspective. I invite everyone to maybe share a few words about the topics you laid out in their presentations, if they want or if they feel comfortable with it. And thank you again for being here with us. You can be, and I'm sure that you are a mentor for all of us.
I hope so. I don't know.
Thank you. Next, we have Emma Hooper, all the way from the United Kingdom. Emma is Vice Chair of NEMA and Building Smart UK and Ireland. We also had her yesterday when we had a glimpse on her activity. Hello, Emma. Thank you for accepting our invitation. And please, the stage is yours.
Hiya. Do you want me to show the presentation that we have?
Yeah.
Or are you already doing that?
Okay. Okay, the next slide. Yeah, it's on.
It's on, is it? Right, okay. Hi, everyone. So I was just going to go through a little bit about my career and really how I got here, why I'm sitting here right now, and just some kind of bits to think about for people who are building their career, really. So I started out, I wanted to be an architect at the age of 13, and I worked really hard to get to university and do my first degree in architecture. But there was a problem. I didn't actually love buildings in the way that you need to become an architect. There always felt like there was something missing to me. And on the other side, it was really ironic, the fact that I didn't even like computers either, because I wanted to hand draw everything. So I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I knew I wanted to stay in design, and I knew I'd eventually have to bite the bullet and learn CAD. So I saved up for a college night course in AutoCAD, and it was me in a room full of men. We had a female teacher, and I was the only person there paying for herself. But it proved quite quickly that I had a knack for what I was doing, and I really loved it, and I was finishing the tasks quicker than anybody else. And then I got my first proper job. So it was basically a space designer. for retail, and that was basically one up from making the coffee. But the architectural team heard I had a degree and they took me over to their side, so I got to draw, and that's all I ever really wanted to do, was to draw. But I also got to learn MicroStation as well, so I had AutoCAD and MicroStation, and that was very much the start of me having to come up with interoperability workarounds, you know, DGN versus DWG, and I just ended up being the on-demand CAD support. But I was really lucky to have a CAD manager there who saw something in me, and he helped me enter this world of like-minded people who loved software as well. And he actually bribed me onto Twitter and LinkedIn, and without that, I probably wouldn't be here right now. But he also said a quote, which is on my next slide. And this quote has actually stayed with me for a long time. So it's, in the future, there'll be two types of people: those who control robots and those who will be controlled by robots. And that's always made me think that, you know, never let software get its own way. You know, we have to think outside the box and push it in the direction that we want it to be. And I think that's more relevant than ever with AI. And at the time, I also wanted to learn 3D, and he put a piece of software on my computer called Revit, and I got to go to a workshop, and that was on the 20th of January 2009, and that day completely changed my life because I pretty much fell in love with the piece of software, and I was determined to master it, and I didn't wait for any training. I went off, just trained myself, and I got professionally certified in it without even doing a proper project in it. So I then moved on to a tiny architectural practice where I was the only technician, so I had free reign, and I had to set up Revit, and I did all the modelling, I did all the drawing production, you know, everything connected to that. And I got to see just how connected the flow of information was between all the information and what it was that I was doing. And I started to realise that I saw it very differently to how other people were seeing it, because I got invited to the US to do a gunslinger event. And I was looking at Revit from the data side. I wasn't actually bothered about the geometry. You know, my shared parameter file, I was more proud of that than the model itself. And there was also a lot of confusion at the time around IFC and COBie, and I was introduced to IFC at the practice as well. And so I made it my mission to work out the export process from Revit to IFC to then extract COBie data. And when I did that, again, that was another sort of life-changing moment for me. And that, together with then going into information management and being an information manager on the world's first integrated project insurance project, which was a completely collaborative procurement method, you know, it was the perfect project, really, where, again, I could track information all the way through a project and understand how it flowed. And really, it was a perfect storm where everything came together. And I just then thought, well, I need to get other people to see this. This is how we should be working. This is the future of the industry. And that's when I started to do presenting. I then moved to Bond Brown Digital, where I teamed up with my colleague Rob Jackson, who was doing similar things. And we started to develop ideas around databases and the whole joined up process. And then I got more involved on the industry side of things. So with the British Standards Institute, writing standards, but also being Vice Chair of Building Smart UK and Ireland, and now NEMA. And then in 2022, I won the Digital Construction Champion of the Year award. But my work now is very much focused on trying to get the foundations in place for the future of the industry and really looking at data-driven workflows. So looking back, it's kind of crazy how careers develop. You can never have a plan because they just go off in all directions. And, you know, back when I was at uni, what I'm doing now was probably not even really invented. So it's about, you know, being at the right place at the right time, meeting so many amazing people, but a lot of hard work, and probably too much sometimes, but I wouldn't have changed it for the world. So some key takeaways from me is that, you know, use your differences as superpowers, and that's for everybody. Trust your instincts. You know, there was times that people told me that BIM was just a fad and it would go away. Challenge yourself, take yourself out your comfort zone. Me doing this right now is out my comfort zone because I'm really shy and introverted and I don't really like talking. And, you know, like on my slide, these two statements, it is really work out which side you want to be on and think critically for the future. You know, think outside the box, and above all, please question things. And this is going to be more relevant than ever when AI starts to come into our daily work. And this is something, I'm going to be teaching my small son as well as he gets older. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Emma. And even if you say that you don't really like talking, you had a really beautiful speech, and it's really great to hear your perspective in such a refreshing way. Thank you for being here with us. If you can, we invite you to stay with us till the end, and if you're not, it's okay. We are really glad that you were able to join us here today. Our following participant is Mrs. Gabriela Covătariu, a senior lecturer and PhD at the Faculty of Civil Engineering and Building Services from Gheorghe Asaki Technical University in Iași. I believe that you can really give us an insight from a mentoring and educational perspective.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me today to talk about education. It's a very hot potato. My first specialization is computers, but I am a computer engineer that works all the time around the civil engineers. So I try to bring all the news from informatics to the solving the construction problems. So if you want to go, okay. So I try to prepare for my students and for me to bring all the news to them. And I discovered BIM during my doctoral studies in around 2008, and it looks a very promising topic at that moment, and I follow all the news that appeared. And in 2018 was the best way to bring, the next slide, was the best way to bring this topic to the students in a summer school. After the practice period of the students, we have 2 weeks where they learn how to draw and how to compute the structures. Mainly were the students from the 3rd year, so they have some knowledge. And we started in first year with 8 students. One was from Czech Republic, and have one section about for civil engineering students. The second year we had 8 students from Ljubljana University and had all 3 sections, 2 sections at that time. We added architecture, and on the 3rd year we had all 3 sections added, mechanical engineering for that student. So from 8 students in the first year, we got around 100 students in the 4th year. In 2020 and 21, we had the school online, and a lot of students abroad enrolled at our summer school. We had students from Indonesia, from Estonia. In the last year, half of the students were from Spain. So it was very interesting, and beside the lectures about how to draw, how to see the large elephant that BIM means, and we brought a lot of experts that work with BIM and present their experience in their project. So we have presentation from United Arabic States, from Poland, United States, a lot of Germany. The student feedback after that was very good. The first two edition, the students from first two edition works abroad. It's not our goal, but they understood that they want to do better than what they have in Romania. We think to continue this. We stopped in 2022 because of objective reason at that moment, but we think to restart the summer school is the easiest way to teach students how to apply BIM, and I think we can meet again, and we need the support of the industry in order to bring all the information to the students, because we need the industry representative and they need our students. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Mrs. Gabriela is also a very active member in our community in Building Smart Romania, and she's also a mentor for all of us, and we are very lucky to have her. Our next attendee is Violeta Shoshevska. Our memory is still very fresh from your presentation, and please tell us about yourself.
Sure. Hi again, once again. You can go on the next slide, a quite personal slide. So, as mentioned previously, yeah, I'm not an architect. Sorry for mentioning it once again. But as you're seeing, my educational background is I started in a bachelor degree in the field of electronic business, which in our country it was really new and innovative department in the state university, which is combining marketing, management, and how to use the usage of information technologies. So what my drive and my interest is how to digitally transform all these processes in companies, how to help them to use the information, the technologies in their usage, but not, of course, completely not in a value where the clients must work, not just hit the button and all the work to be done with the information technology. Afterwards, I have an MBA in management, and of course, there's using I have a professional program for innovative management, leadership, and strategic communication. So, I'm always I was always my educational background is enhancing these soft skills that help me to connect the client and the software engineers. My career journey is quite diverse. So I started in sales, in business to customers, business to business, as business analyst, and all of these helped me to much better to understand the clients in general. Maybe, yeah, this is my North Macedonia experience. Maybe I understand that culture much better than international, but luckily, as I become a product manager at INS, in these 4 years, I did really have a great international experience and understanding much more the clients in the construction industry. What helped me to be there is my natural tendency to be curious. I always ask why. So if you're, I don't know, prefer Apple instead of Samsung, I ask why. Or if I see a commercial in somewhere, I don't know, on the street, more delicious than your grandma's home cooking, for example, and I will go there and try it and I will test it. That's my curiosity, my drive for that, and I always try to be positive, and people perceive me as a creative, and I like, because that's enrich my life. I'm proud mother of 2 boys. I like cooking, as you can see. I like eating. I like mountain climbing, traveling and collecting, and collecting notebooks. But I really do believe that empowering for me and means inspiring others to lead with authenticity, creativity, and resilience. As I have really strong grandmothers and my mother, they always talk to me about every miracle lasts 3 days, or you just look ahead. You don't worry about the past. You just look ahead. You go. And that's teach me actually that patience and resilience and perseverance are keys to achieving any success. And thanks to them. And of course, I'm mentioning them because like-minded communities and like-minded people doesn't have to be women, but also. Men too really can achieve really, really great things. The pictures on the down corner, if your question, this is my hometown. I'm from Ohrid. I come from a really good, raised by the lake. This is one of the oldest lake in Europe. And my vision when I get to this bachelor degree in joining business is that how I envision myself, because when I was making this decision what to study, I envision myself that I will be surrounded in nature, and then I will I will have a business like from the woods, to have freedom and create more things. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Violeta, for your input. We are really glad to find out more about you and your passions. And it's really, really important for all of us to always stay curious. Next on the list is Cristina Prodanova. We also had her earlier, and we had a chance to find out more about digital building permits. And now you can also tell us about yourself.
Thank you. As the one that didn't hear my presentation, you can go to the next slide. So, my name is Cristina. I am an architect with a 10-plus experience in architecture. My current role is a client relations specialist in a software development company, INS. As I said, my educational background is Master of Architecture, and professional experience is 10-plus years working in the IACO industry. I have put here some of my key projects, like working on an office building, luxury apartments, gas station in Macedonia. Also, I have been working in the first gas line pipeline in Macedonia installed. The revitalization and historic hotel and ski center in Mavrovo, that was a very interesting project, and water treatment installation in factory for medical cannabis, which was very popular in some period in Macedonia. And the last project that I'm working now is the Nexus Twin digital twin platform that you have the chance to hear before this presentation. In my personal life, I'm a wife and mother of twin girls. I have put here an organization that I'm part of in Macedonia. It's called Working Mom. And for a few months ago, I had they issued an article about my experience as a working mom in the IACO industry, and combining the working in the construction sector and raising twin girls, which was interesting article saying about my experiences and 8 things that I have learned from it. Actually, my journey, both personal and professional, was filled with challenges, like maybe many of your paths as well. I have been changing jobs also, and I've been balancing through raising the twins and working in the IACO sector, but these obstacles they didn't bring me down or push me back, but quite opposite. They pushed me forward and give me strength to actually keep looking for something that aligns with my passion and my skills. And that's how almost more than a year ago, I found out about Intelligent Network Solution, the software company I'm currently working through LinkedIn. It was an interesting approach because they weren't hiring at all. They were not hiring people at the moment, and they even didn't consider someone like the position I'm currently at. And I'm very grateful that they actually gave me a chance to prove them that I was a great fit because of my architectural background and my communication skills. So I have to say that now I'm very happy to be a part of the INS team and work with Vicky. We are a great team. We are pushing boundaries. We are supporting each other. And I know that we are doing great things, and we are going to do more great things even in the future. So actually, I want to empower women to always take forward steps and to do with my storytelling, with my challenges, to empower them to always search for the right fit and something that aligned with their skills and passion, somewhere that they will feel appreciated. I have also put some minds about women in BIM during my experiences, and how the interoperability is not just a system that works together, like bringing BIM, GIS and other data together, but also help people connect. When all the tools work well, it creates a collaboration for everyone regarding of the background and culture, that we can serve as a role models, and we can we just need to get a chance from the companies, from the industry, so we can show that we can just really make a great impact into the construction industry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christina and Vicky. You are both an inspiration to all of us. And Christina, this was a very valid and relatable perspective for many women. So thank you for sharing it. Next, we have Adina Săniuță, State Senator, Lecturer, Innovation Policy Maker. Adina, please tell us your point of view.
Thank you very much. Although I'm not an architect or an engineer, I want to give you another perspective for BIM and GIS. We have also here in the room marketing managers, women working in marketing for promoting BIM, and actually is a quite hard work. Why? Because BIM is a language for those who have a technical background. And the woman, actually the marketing department, but mostly in the marketing department are working women, have to translate the technical content in a content that is edible for all the people on the street. And I had the occasion to work last year with my colleague Ruxandra from Graphane. Actually, I'm saying that is my colleague, but because I'm still with my soul there at the company, and we made great campaigns, and we received also a prize because look, there is Ruxandra, a marketing woman in BIM, and she translates very good the language, the technical language, in very funny headlines and logo and slogans and so on. And as I said, we had the occasion to transform the construction language in a very funny way, and for that campaign we received last year a prize at Webstock, and actually it was the first prize a company that is in the construction industry received at a competition for marketing, and we are proud of this. Actually, and we have to think also to HR department. There are lots of women working to bring employees with BIM skills, with GIS skills, and they have to understand really good the industry. They have to understand what skills, what competencies they have to bring in the company in order to have productive teams and to have teams that can always be up to date with what is in the market related to all the technology we have in this industry. We have sales team, and I remember my colleagues working in the sales team. They had to promote the BIM to the architects, to other clients we had at the Graphane. Also, we have accountants, we have CFOs. Women that have to deal with, to understand what the needs of a company are when they have to invest. For example, you are a CFO, you know that you have a budget, and I don't know, somebody in the company comes and they say, let's invest in this technology. They will be very productive, we will have, I don't know, lots of profit, lots of money in the next 10 years, and the CFOs are, oh my God, why? And then you have to deal with them to give you the money, and so on. And also, because we have also here professors. We have professors in the universities, women, who teach us how to work in a man industry. Actually, construction is a man industry, but what we can do as women, we can empower girls to work in this industry. It's not a tough industry, actually. We have to mentor them. And from a public perspective, I invite all the women here in the room and the women who are behind the scenes to come in the politics, because we need women in politics and women with different perspectives, from economics, from constructions, from universities, from moms, because they know what's the best for their children. And that is my message. Come and work also in tough industries, because we have the power, we have the strength. It's all about us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Adina. And I think that this last sentence of yours needs another round of applause, because it's really inspirational for all of us. Hello, Irina. Next, we are going to hear from you, Irina Dumitru, Deputy Manager in Design at Design and Innovation Department, and also a civil engineer at POR.
Hello everyone, I'm Irina, and as you said, I'm a civil engineer. I'm part of POR Romania team for more than 6 years, and I'm actually the first member of POR BIM team. So our manager was pretty open-minded when he started the team. If I said what helped me to grow along POR, I would say collaboration inside our department. We are not only collaborating on project tasks, we are also collaborating in our learning process. We are learning together, sharing with each other the latest news or cool stuff we discovered. And another important thing that helped me a lot was this collaborative decision-making process, and the fact that in our department each perspective was really important, even though it was more technical or more non-technical. And I believe that each of us can achieve great things in our careers. It's all about the context that we are developing in. So I would like to say a big thank you for my team, because of them I'm here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Irina. we need to step up the pace, please, because we are in a hurry. I really don't like to do this because I really enjoy all of your speeches, but we need to hurry up a little bit. Karina Scheifer, team lead of innovation management at POR. We will hear a really interesting presentation from you later on. But now, what can you tell us interesting about yourself?
Thank you very much for having me today. I heard all your speeches and I'm really impressed with who I'm sitting here today. And my path was a little bit different. So I was the first one in my family who was studying, and I chose the path of civil engineering because I'm curious and I always wanted to go deep into technical parts. And during my studies, I came up with like, what could be the hardest part where I can go within the industry, and it is tunneling. Why tunneling? Because nobody has ever stood foot at that area where we digging out or blasting out a tunnel. And that kind of uncharted territory brought me, after a few years in tunneling, to innovation management. Why? You have to stay in backbone with the team on a construction site. If you live in a camp for a few weeks, we work on decades, 24/7. You can never stop working and execution. And in innovation, I think it's the same. You need to be curious. You always need to ask why, as you already said. But you always are on uncharted territory. You never know how crazy it's going to be and how many attempts you need to solve something. And within my team, I started alone with kind of the vision, we need to change something. There are a lot of things going manual. We need a lot of daily topics where there could be a digital solution. Why is it not changing and why not quick? I'm always like, let's go quicker, quicker, quicker. And I started with my first colleague, and she studied on RWTH Aachen University, construction robotics. So she had the same drive with comparable to mine. And we said, yeah, in the automation way and in automotive, there are a lot of things happening different if you look in the past history. So from there, we together hired a team with a focus of collaboration, as Irina just said. And now I'm having two teams, one in Austria and one in Germany, where 6 are women, technical backgrounds with multiple PhDs, doctorates, and architectural studies, civil engineering studies, construction robotics. We do prototyping, we do development on our own. And then we were kind of seen outside. We just heard there are a lot of women in HR department, there are a lot of women in marketing, and then there comes a team full out of women from POR, and they were like, who are you? Why are you here? Are you on the right conference at some points? So I'm here today to give you out the message, please stay open-minded. There are women in the field, and I'm sure that with empowering women, we empower a lot of other topics within our industry. It's all about change, it's all about transforming, and what is the initial behind that? You need to listen, you need to understand the needs of the other persons, and then we can uplift a lot of things within the construction industry with that kind of approach. So please hire openness, and do not maybe just keep out the pictures and the gender at all, look at just of the qualifications, and then you will see what kind of team you're coming up. Maybe last sentence, right now we hired also 2 male colleagues, so we are not just an all-female team anymore. They really like to being in that kind of group because they have the same drive within their work and their experience. And what I experienced working together in the execution construction site teams, first time it's quite often in Austria the case of like, why are you here? Innovation, we are going to fail. Maybe with some new tryouts on pilot projects, I will tell you afterwards. But after the second week or the third week or a month, depending on how quick they're adapting, it's never about the gender. It's about, can we get to the goal we set it us, and what are the topics we need to face to get it done. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Karina. Our next participant is Roxana Vornicu, a senior lecturer at King's College in London. She is also a managing partner at Sârbu and Vornicu Law. Hello, Roxana, and thank you for being here.
Hi, everyone. I'll try to be fast. I feel a bit an intruder on the stage because I'm a lawyer and nobody really likes lawyers. But for those of you who have been close to BIMtech, you might have seen me. I've been around in the past years in this journey in Romania. I'm a procurement and construction lawyer in Romania. And I'm also a professor at a university in the UK where I teach collaborative construction contracts. And we have worked with people from the digital and the BIM world, and mainly we've created a contract form that enables integration and collaboration, and that enables compliance with ISO 19650, because as you've read the standards, you might have seen that the word collaboration is key. And of course, this needs to have a representation at a legal and contractual level, not only when we talk about how teams work together. So I entered the world of BIM via contracts and via legal advice, which is relevant. Everything is relevant. And even if I am as an intruder today on the stage, and even if we do talk about inclusion, which means that we have a separation before, I think the key is integration, and BIM is integration. And contracts are about integration, and procurement strategies should be about integration. The more we focus on division, the more we lose opportunities to fix the construction industry. We know that it's one of the most problematic. We know that it's responsible for 40% of the carbon footprint. We know it's one of the least digitalized industries, and yet we have the same contractual practices, the same procurement practices, and the same conversation about how we need to include everybody. Because this is a very divisive industry. SMEs have their own SMEs identity. Big contractors have their own big contractors challenges and representation of themselves. Public clients have their own problems, their own, and people working in a client organization, particularly if it's a public client organization, have their own struggles and feel isolated in their own bubble in the construction industry. So we obviously have a problem of integration, and digitalization and digital tools and BIM and open BIM, they are essential, but they are a means to the end. The end is making this construction, this industry, the construction industry, more efficient, more value-driven, more sustainability-driven. Do we need digital tools to do that? We do. It's essential, but we need much more than that. We need an adequate procurement strategy. We need clients that have a vision, that know what they want to build, how they want to build in the next 4 years, that have a clear vision of their pipeline of work. We need contract managers and people in general who manage contracts, not only contract managers in terms of profession, that are less focused on claims and more focused on the success of the project. And then, all the rest that follows. So digitalization is definitely important. What you all do and your drive for innovation is definitely important, is the backbone of what will lead us to change. But we need to integrate everybody, women or men. We need to integrate everybody, and we all need to be aware that this is a 360 degrees effort. And if we miss the beginning, which can be the legislative process or can be a client's vision and a client's intention to drive change with what they need to build, then it's going to be very complicated. So it's up to us, because we're at the backbone, because we are the ones that can deliver innovation and change and sustainability. It's up to us and to be present at events such as this and to reach out to people that identify themselves as different: men, architects, engineers, lawyers, procurement officers, and make them understand that if this is not an integrated, interoperable effort, it will not work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roxana, for such an unique and eye-opening perspective. Now we have another special guest, Stephanie Kaiser, kind of a last minute, but I'm really glad that you decided to join us. I'm sure that your perspective is like a breath of fresh air, so please, you have the stage.
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Yes. My name is Stephanie Kaiser. I will try to be very short. So I'm Stephanie Kaiser. I'm very happy to be here and to be together with all these very intelligent women on this stage. So my background is in architecture and civil engineering because I have graduated both. And right now I'm a practicing architect and I am pursuing my PhD in digital building permits. I am an active member in European Network for Digital Building Permits, where in the past 2 years I have investigated the building permits of 17 countries from Europe, also Macedonia, UK, Romania, Austria as well. So I'm very happy to say that, together with very talented researchers and interested parties, we did this. And with their support. And through our network, we have had this year our very first conference in digital building permits in Spain, Barcelona, which was a success because, and I am very happy that some people have mentioned this here at this conference already. And I think it was very valuable because we have seen these diverse somehow implementations of building permits in the whole world actually. And I'm really proud for that. And some of my work explores the integration of BIM in the project workflows and its role in evaluating the building permits. I was also a part of the project, the first project of introduction in BIM and digitalization with the leader, Dr. Andrei Crișan from Timișoara, and I'm very proud to say that we are the first university implementing BIM into their curriculum. And we have also published several articles on sustainability and the context of BIM and BIM-enabled digital building permits, where our study somehow explores the BIM, the digital building permits, and sustainability, where we have proposed several matrices for solutions, but I will try to be very fast with everything. And but my currently my doctoral research is heading into a sustainable part in this building permits. We are investigating the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals in one article, and in the other ones how because this was very much discussed here, the energy-related data that is integrated into the building permits, and which, unfortunately, it's not well used in these building permits. You just give these EPCs, and I think Mr. Fenny also knows that you just give these EPCs to the building permits, and they don't really use it as for its value. And this is what we are doing right now. This is how I am implementing the sustainability through digital building permits. And also what I just want to mention regarding yesterday's topic, where Mr. Diaconescu was saying that it was discussed that we might end up without our jobs. I would say that yes, we might do that, but I think only if it would be a resistance to change, because I think it's very, very important to be ready, to be open to change, and I think that mainly women can do this very well. So, and you can see this also on this stage. And I think that the most of the jobs that are coming are actually, we don't even know about them right now. So this is my answer to the future.
This is true, this is true. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Now, almost last, we will have Romina Posea, which is a really active person also in Building Smart Romania. And please,
Okay. tell us
Thank
about
you
yourself.
so much. So 4 minutes are not enough. If I'm going to say my complete name and my previous role, that will be, the time will be up. So are you ready to be a little bit challenged? Right now, I'm the only one that it's no longer working anywhere. I'm between opportunities. So this would have been the great opportunity for me to present my CV. But I'm sorry for you, this is not going to happen. I have really, really big emotions. This time I'm going to speak as a person that is working in the environment, and I'm really nervous, although it's not my first rodeo. And I'm going to speak from the role of regional lead for Romania in Women in BIM. Brigitta spoke about this phenomenon that is in Building Smart, but in reality it's not a recent phenomenon. It's already an association, Women in BIM. It's already on the market for 10 years, and it is with a purpose. The purpose to attract talent, women talent in the BIM and digital construction. And here I'm going to challenge a little bit the things, you know. Sometimes when we spoke about ourselves, many of us want to think that we are self-made persons, but in reality we are not the self-made persons. We are the sum of all the people that we met and all the people that touch our journey, in this case our professional journey, with good or bad as lessons. And I'm one of, and I think all of us are one of the lucky faces that people have shown. But as Adina said, there are many, many faces, and this is my opportunity to congratulate and to put in front my colleagues, my ex-colleagues, Maria Văsi and Beatrice Băluță from Leviathan Group. And there are many other colleagues there that are doing a great job. And I had the opportunity to work in an environment where 50% of the leadership was with women. But going back to leadership, I don't think that it's a gender leadership. I think a good management, it's a good management, where you have put in place processes, when you have innovation, psychology, safety, culture, when you are promoting growth and things like that. And this has no gender. And regarding respect and inclusion, we have to think about us as human persons, at human beings. And last week, the National Association of Women in Construction in Australia put rather rough statistics. 80% of women were microaggressed at their work. 100% of people with disabilities were microaggressed. 80% of people from foreign countries, they were microaggressed. And for me, this has nothing to do with nothing but being a decent human being with our colleagues. So this is not about being a woman or being neurodiverse or anything else. It's about to be respectful to our colleagues, regardless of who they are and what they do. So the question is, Romina, why are you in Women in BIM Association if you say that leadership has no gender? Because we adults learn by example, by mirroring, by seeing people that have a similar story with us. We see a mother, we see a different person, we see a lawyer, we see a marketer. I don't know where you are, Ingrid, right now, and the colleague from Graphane. We see persons that have similar stories with us, and they inspire us. The truth still is that Oxford University made a study, and they say there are many more country managers and CEOs in UK with the name David or Dave than there are women that are in top management position. This is still a problem. We can hide it. It's a reality. But for us to get ready to have that position, we have to take the I don't know how to say, the control of our lives. And the abilities, they are not gender related. You have to have self-leadership. You have to have a willingness to do the necessary step. You have to do the work without somebody to come to you and to say, okay, I think you are good there. Yes, that's a great opportunity. But opportunity is not enough. And I will give my own example. This year I decided I want to make a next step, and I went to a fast-track MBA that is not recognized, but I went there to learn something for myself, not for a diploma. I went, when I was promoted in a leadership position, I went and with my own money, my own time, I did a team coaching certificate because I want to be proactive for my life. And I was lucky enough to have all those opportunities. As a personal note, because I want to bring something personal, the expectation when I finished the college was to have, hard work, get a great job, and well, what a nice life. But the reality is that right now I don't know where I am here, because I decided for myself to leave a really nice position, to challenge myself, to put out of my comfort zone, and to see what the hell I'm going to become, because I think in the potential of people, and I think we all have a mission. And my mission right now is to, I don't know, have a common voice with academia, private sector, and association like Building Smart, Cluster Tech, Women in BIM, and to push things a little bit forward in our industry, and to make the world a little bit better. And as a finishing question is, what is your mission? What is your purpose? And are you doing all the right steps to become the best version of yourself and to bring the world a little bit better, a little bit farther at the end of our lives? Thank you.
Thank you. I think this is a question that everyone needs to answer themselves to, even if they are women, men, or anything else. I hope that many women in this room will join this cause, because it is a very nice and inclusive and empowering movement. Now I will just be really, really fast with a few words about myself. I am Ruxandra Kirca, I am an architect, and I am just a working bee. I'm a partners manager in Building Smart Romania, and I'm a recent architecture graduate with a focus on BIM, construction technology, and recently computational design. I began my journey as a volunteer for FDN in Solar Decathlon, which is a competition for students where they design a house and they build it in 2 weeks in a different country. It was crazy. And now I learned how to manage a team on the execution site and how to have a perspective on BIM management. Now I am active with Building Smart Romania, contributing on educational initiatives. Yeah, that's a little bit about myself. And I left myself last because I wanted to share with all of you that I am really lucky and grateful to share this stage with you. And over the years, I looked up to you, to a few of you that I already knew. But now I know that I will have many more idols, and I hope that people in this room also believe that about yourself. And I think we need to have another round of applause for everyone in this room, for every woman in this room, and for every woman in our day-to-day lives.